Now if you want to get a pet fish, as in a fish that's like a dog in a fish tank, I really think that you cannot beat this little guy. He's called a clown trigger. It's a highly intelligent, very interactive fish. Extremely easy to keep, very hardy, eats absolutely anything, literally eats out of your hand, and very easy to tame. You can tame them to follow your fingers. I've actually even picked them up in my fingers and fed them food out of the water and all sorts of stuff like that. You drop them back in, they come straight back up and scoff food out of you. They have a very long lifespan, and when they grow, they change from this coloration to this coloration. So that's the adult colours there. So as you can see, they've got a real big set of chompers on them. So try not to get bitten by them, because they will bite you and it will hurt. And you've just got to be mindful about minimising how many electrical cords are in the water, because that electrical cord there is at risk, because they can actually chew through it. So that's something else to be careful of. I've actually seen these fish so fierce that I've seen them scratch the glass with their teeth. And as with dogs, the personality of one versus another can be extreme. I've had these, if you grow them up from small with other fish, they're usually quite sociable. But if you get a big one that's antisocial, they can literally rip all your other fish into pieces. So I've seen these grown up being fed live fish, and they turn into absolute fierce pit bulls. So you've got to be very careful if buying them large, because if you get one that's psycho, they can be very psycho. So as I said, they'll often follow your finger, eat food out of your hand. A lot of them you can actually give them a pat, because they're so tame that they will actually pat. You'd have to be very careful if you want to put them in a reef aquarium. Number one, because they're going to eat any crustaceans that are in there. They love eating crustaceans, and they're just going to cause havoc to your coral. So though they may not eat all the species of coral, they'll certainly pick them up in their mouth and throw them around the aquarium and all the rest of it. They love redecorating the fish tank to their own specifications. And once again, they're a highly interactive and intelligent fish, which I've seen play various games. Like I've seen them pile rocks on top of each other on the ground just for something to do. Once again, they're really a fish that watch you as much as you watch them. So preferably they like a temperature of 25 degrees, they like a pH of about 8.4, they like a salinity of about 0.020. They aren't susceptible to too many diseases. I do see them with white spot every now and then. If they do get white spot, just lower the salinity, feed them up on foods with garlic, and treat them with a white spot medication. Yeah, they're just a really wonderful aquarium fish. But once again, the experience that you have with this fish will be very much governed by the fish that you get. Because if you get one with a nice temperament, then you'll have a really wonderful experience with it. If you get a psychopath, then yeah, you're going to have a lot of trouble mixing it with other fish. A lot of people keep them with eels. Be very careful keeping them with sharks, because they've got big teeth and sometimes they do damage the sharks. So that isn't always a good idea. They love very good water flow, so having like good power heads that are going to agitate the surface as much as possible would be highly advisable. Once again, they eat basically everything. Spectrum pellet's the cleanest food for them, the healthiest. But they love a bit of prawn, a bit of whitebait, any other frozen mice or shrimp, anything like that, they scoff down. Often kept with cods, lionfish. Got to be careful with lionfish. I have seen them shred the fins off lionfish, but normally it's okay. I've seen them with lionfish plenty of times and they're okay. Large angels they're often with, large tangs they're often with. So absolutely wonderful fish. We source ours from the Great Barrier Reef. Real trademark fish, this one.